Hello, this is Montages 26. What I want to introduce you to now is the second episode of Top of the Pop, and I just particularly want to speak about this guest. This is LOVEDD, LOVEDD. I've had the privilege of playing on the same side as him competitively, and he's just an incredible player, great to learn from. I've had the privilege of coaching side by side with him within the Tyro Academy, a great event. I'll put links below if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And just generally, just really good kid, really bright future, just really good energy about him. And I'm sure you're about to see this in the video you're about to watch now. So let's get into it. My name is Montages26. This is Top of the Pop, second ever episode, and this is my guest, the lovely, the Dutch, right?
Dutch, yes.
Are you half Dutch, half English?
Half. No, not half English. Half
Okay,
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, we have LOVEDD here. LOVEDD, you. We have some mutual history, don't we?
Yeah.
I kind of saw you about, like in the community generally. I saw you coaching in Tyro. You came into Tyro, started doing some coaching, and I kind of saw you from afar, but we didn't like getting a session together. And then you joined Rusty Nuts as I was on Rusty Nuts. I was like, oh, okay,
For
here he is
2
again.
whole weeks.
It felt like longer. It must have been longer than that. Or maybe you were trying out for a little while.
Yeah, to be fair, it was like 2 weeks rostered, I think. But
Yeah.
it probably must have been like 3 weeks or like 3 or 2 beforehand.
Well, that's how much of an impact you made, bro. It felt like more than 2 weeks. It felt like a good month. Well, sorry, let me check my notes. I was going to say something else as well. I was going to give you like a nice intro. Give me 2 secs. How unprofessional of me.
It's a podcast, alright.
Oh, yes. Your YouTube.
Yes,
You've
that
got
is the thing.
over 1,200 views on one of your Goldie montages.
Dog,
Smashing it.
Genuinely, I was like, because what I did, right? I didn't use like any tags and stuff before, so I was like looking up like Echovr videos, whatnot, and I found one of Richie's, and at the bottom of his description, he had like his tags and whatnot, right? So I genuinely just copied those. And just like put them in the tags of that video. I don't know, maybe it was like because it's Goldie and whatnot, but that one just popped off like out of fucking nowhere. Like I feel no clue how it happened. Like right place, right time or something. But my god, I saw that go to like 600 or some shit. I was like, what the fuck? And it just keeps going. Like
Well, there we go. Props to Richie.
Yeah,
props to Richie doing his homework.
Good tags,
now
like, fucking hell.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the.
Nope.
You there? Steady, your mate. Whoa, just met you.
Low close and personal.
That's the what I was gonna say. It's like business. That's the Burger King method. So where if McDonald's, they do all their research, they spend all their money in the marketing research to find out where's the best place to open a McDonald's, and then Burger King, like the story goes, Burger King would then just open on the other side of the street. So then Burger King don't have to do any research. They just have to look at their competitor, the number one in the market. Where are they opening? Okay, we need to open there. That's where the business is. So what you've done is really smart. You've seen Richie is smashing it in you because he's smashing. I can't remember the stats.
His edits, man, like holy.
Yeah, he's in terms of viewership as well, right?
Yeah, viewership too.
He's getting seen really well. He's gotten a lot of followers, subscribers. Yeah, what's the milestone in YouTube? Is it like 1,000 subscribers before you get monetized or something?
Monetized? Ooh.
Yeah, it's something like that. You need an X amount of views and an X amount of subscribers, and then you can start getting monetized. But anyway, yeah, he grinded that out. He got to a good level, and you've basically seen what he's done. You've copied it, and it's working. So props to him.
Well, to be fair, it has only worked for that one video. Haven't made another Goldie montage yet, though. So I mean, maybe it's the Goldie formula. Who knows?
It could be that. You genuinely could be onto something like that because in pubs, a lot of pubs, people come in and like, okay, who's goalie? Who's QB? Who's goalie? So goalie is like a bit of a key term already. And also it's hard to be a good goalie. So if I see a thumbnail saying goalie montage, like best goalie EU, I'm going to be like, oh, okay. How do I be good at being a goalie? Because that's a really common question in coaching, right? Were you asked that when you were coaching? People are like, I want to play a goalie. How do I get good at goalie?
Yeah, it's a whole mixed bag of whatever the fuck I've been. I mean, I'm glad I did start out mostly playing goalie, probably because my aim was like actual garbage. So like goalie was, I mean, you don't really need aim yet. So I just like started out mostly just like sitting back the entire time and just like chilling.
And how did you get your aim really good? Because I've seen you play for fireballs. I've casted your matches playing for fireballs. I've seen your aim. I know you're gonna down talk and be like, it's all right, but no, your aim is on point now.
I was gonna do the exact same thing. I've been messing around a bit. I was playing with like default, the what was it called? Like
Settings.
grabbing, like the grabbing dead zone thing. Apparently that made a difference. I didn't know. I thought it was like how, I mean, with like holding the grip into like grab things.
So
But
dead
apparently
zone
it has like a
release
difference on
or
throwing. No, not release. Like the
the
first one, like
opposite?
input grabbing dead zone.
Okay,
Apparently that has an effect on like throwing.
that doesn't make
I
sense
didn't know.
because it's about having nothing in your hand and then grabbing, right? That's the way I
Yeah,
understood it.
but it genuinely does, because I switched it to 17.5. My throws went down the drain, like every single time. And now I've like put it back to like 0 when I've always had it on, and it's genuinely like gotten better. Like I don't know what it is, but it does make a difference.
So have you spent a while playing with settings? Have you delved into that,
I
or not
have,
too much?
yes. The
Yeah.
classic Venom video, you know, explaining everything.
Yeah.
And I have been. Oh yeah, I just like, if I feel it's like off, I like fuck around with it a bit, see if I can like get it
Okay.
better. But at a point, you don't want to mess around with it too much, and like, because then you like never get used to it.
Yeah, so disclaimer, I was so anti changing settings whenever I taught anyone. And to be fair, I was teaching like beginner level, right? I was in the Tyro
Yeah.
community. And generally, the average person that comes to a workshop, they've been playing for like a month maybe. So they come along and they say, I changed all my settings, it's not working. And so my advice at that level is stop changing your settings. Here's the default, go back to the default and don't touch them for like 2 months, 3 months. Then start
Yeah.
changing them. But what I wanted to say was just never touch them. And then after a while, I thought, right, Mitch, you haven't touched your settings and you're still shite at throwing. Maybe, just maybe, you should play with your settings.
Click a button.
So I did. I changed my settings. I'm seeing a bit of improvement now, as well as shitloads of practice, right? I changed settings and then I've spent probably 3-4 hours over the past week. Just like a bit of music on, I'm in here, or maybe I'm just hanging out with someone else. Just taking shots, half court, quarter court shots from Pac-Man, going up to Cloud, working it from higher up or going low and trying to do like the underhand and stuff. And I think it's the combination of practicing. You've always got to take action. You've always got to actually practice, but then also changing the settings. I think it helps.
It definitely does, especially on Quest as well. The like release, no, the like experimental ones, they can add like a lot of speed to your throws. Because
Have
like
you tried all three? Have you tried
I
default?
have, yeah.
What's the other one?
You've got
Latest sensor
default,
data.
latest, and predictive.
Yeah.
Um,
And what
I
was your
mean, on
experience
like,
of that?
I remember like back before that was like even a thing, when you just had off and max, I could maybe like throw if I really like swung my arm with like 17s and I was like rare. But then it like came out. I've always had like a weird experience because I think I started with the latest because everyone was saying, like when it was first out, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, latest sensor data, 45 angle, that shit just fucking flies." Like, but then at a point, eventually, when I started taking more threes, it was like, wait, this is not working. It is not going like where I wanted to, and it was extremely, extremely not fun. So then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I got a predictive. I think I played on predictive for like the longest.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I think. Then at a point, like, I started lowering wrist angle again because I felt like it wasn't. Well, I still wasn't getting the accuracy, basically. The thing was, the speed then obviously went down the drain.
Went down.
Like max 16s, like that type of way, and it was not great. And then I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'll just pump it back up to 45 and just, what was it, latest sensor data again, and well, that was alright for a bit, then that went to shit again, and now I'm just like, I'm still on latest.
Yeah.
Wrist angle I've lowered it a bit. I think it's on like 30, probably. That's where
Right.
I am right now. It's not really consistent. It's fine, I guess, but I do still want it better. So I'm still wrestling with it basically.
Yeah, always learning, right? You're always playing with those settings and
Yeah, exactly.
seeing if you can improve it. I wonder what you end up settling on. Because right now my change, so
too.
I went from absolute default to what's opposite of predictive? Latest sensitive data.
Latest, yeah.
And I did 45-degree angle because I like the speed. Like my throws have been so slow
Yeah.
forever. The fastest I get was maybe a 17, but probably a 16.
Yeah. Used to be the same for me as well.
Yeah, I like the speed up. It just feels better as well.
Yeah,
to be able
looks
to put
cool
that away.
as well. I had someone in the like most recent montage that I made. I had someone like I forgot the exact comment. It was something like, "Damn, those throws look like really fast," and I said like, "Because they are." Like with a smack.
Oh, sorry, love. I've just realised something.
Hmm?
I've been recording. It's absolutely fine. We can use it. But I'm not using my sexy camera angle I set up.
Ah, shit.
There we go. That's better.
Well, where's it been? Has it just been like follow or?
It's been point of view.
POV?
It's been you the whole time, yeah.
That's
But
fair
I've
enough.
got it set up now so that the camera is over here. Looks much better. Yeah, nice. It must be like
God,
a start thing.
then like at the start, I was. When I like waved, it's just been on. So we were
No,
we
you
were
know what
both
that
just
means?
staring at the wall.
It means when I did my intro, the video would have just been the fucking wall. Oh god.
I want to see that back there. That's gonna look so weird.
So there's something else actually to change the subject. There's something I really wanted to talk to you about. Water polo. Is it water polo?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that something you've been doing since being a kid?
Since I was 8, in fact.
Right.
Been doing
Okay.
that
And
shit for a decade.
have you like gone like not professional, but like really competitive with that? Is that something that you've
Well,
really
I
pursued?
mean, we do have like competitions and shit since I was 11. I think it's like 2 or something seasons like a year, and then you'll have like a little cup and like whatever. It's like, well, I wouldn't say I'm like really professional. I am currently in like, I mean, we're like 3rd class, I believe. Or
What does that
fourth.
mean?
I honestly don't
Is that
remember.
like a tier?
Well,
Is that like a
yeah, you have like tiers. You've got like 4, 3, 2, 1, and like 1.
one above?
And then above that, you have like Eredivisie, which is like genuinely full on like fucking professionals and whatnot. They like go around
Right.
fucking everywhere. They're wild, those guys, man. They can swim so fucking fast. And they just like, yeet that shit and Mark 10 is fucked up. Absolutely fucked up.
And is that so? Though at that level, is that now adults, like fully adults, right? Is that all like
Yeah.
overrated?
So
Yeah.
like the 4 through 1s, that's like the adult. You have like, I mean, obviously like younger groups and like the
Yeah.
youth groups, I'd say. But yeah, I play with adults now.
Okay.
Like
And
one of
you're
the youngest.
19?
18.
18. Oh, so you're literally just hit now the adult groups. And how was that
Yeah.
in water polo?
Well, I mean, I played a season before with them last season.
Okay.
But well, I mean, a lot of old dudes.
Is
The
it
last
easier
match that
now?
I
Just where they're a
nah.
bit older and not taking it seriously?
Well,
No. Opposite.
God, you say not taking it serious. I swear these cunts take it like more seriously than anyone. Like, look, the thing is, in like lower age groups, right? It's like a bit less violent because like everyone's
Okay.
young, whatnot. You do have to swim a lot more. Like I notice now with like the older people, they don't like swim as much and like not as fast. So you can like.
But
Well,
is
you
that
can
like a
keep up with
stamina
them.
thing? Is that where they're just
Yeah,
older now? They've got less
definitely.
time to practice. They've got like, office
Yeah.
jobs.
Well, not really less time to practice. It's just like getting old. Just like can't keep up at that point anymore.
Fair.
But it's like, well, the first match of this season, it was, God, man, I got like genuinely abused, right? So, I mean, it was like, the dudes were like 30 around there, probably. You have like these, well, like, I don't know what you'd call them, like hats, things, whatever, with like earmuff protectors so you don't get like those like flat ears that the wrestlers have.
Okay.
And so they're like tied under your neck with like strings. One of the dudes just like fucking pulled on mine once to just like untie it. I was just like looking at him. I was like, where the fuck? Why? And then like you just like, they just like swim over you as well, most of them. So like what I like to do, I like genuinely, not genuinely, generally, I keep it like, normal until they do like something to me. I'm not gonna like fucking sit on them and whatever the fuck, grab their arms and shit, because that's like, I don't like when people do it to me. So I
So
keep
you're
that
allowed, is it a
genuinely.
contact sport? You're allowed to like grapple? Are you able to hold people down or like hold their arm down?
Well,
No.
technically not,
Okay.
but what the ref can't see, he can't enforce, right?
Right.
So, I mean, the like first match of the season had a dude just like grab my fucking like swimming trunks, just like fucking grab them so I could like swim away or anything. I mean, yeah, you just like they just like sleekly drown you, like.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's a bit of like dirty play, but like if someone's doing it to you, you just do it back, right? I imagine.
Yeah, because like I mean, I had like last week. I had one guy. He like kind of like half swam over me to like get like in front of me so he could like pass, score, whatever the fuck. What I like to do to people, you swim like right alongside them, and you just like when you like do the like freestyle stroke. I know what it's called in English, whatnot. You just like dig your elbows like kind of into them, just like stroke them along the side, because that is uncomfortable as fuck to
Yeah, it
swim
sounds
fast
horrible.
with, right? For them, because you like keep just feeling something like digging in your side. So I just like kind of use that, and I mean, depends on how aggressive they did to me. I might just like fucking just like start digging into them harder, so they
Yeah.
can't like swim comfortably.
So I feel like this is a natural way to go with this. So you grew up playing that. You've been playing it since you were 8, did you say? Or
Yeah,
11?
8.
Since you were 8. How did you get into Echo? And did it translate well what you learnt with that?
Well, I mean, I got into Echo because it was free. That's like
Fair.
mainly it. I bought the headset when I was like 17.
Was it a gift or
Just
did you buy it yourself?
no, I bought it myself.
Okay.
I know the exact date even. I bought it the 15th of January in 2021, I believe.
And what happened that year or like the year before where you were like, yeah, I want one. I need to get one.
Well, a long time ago, when I was like, well, probably like 5 or so years back, one of my
Mm.
friends had a PSVR,
Mm.
and so like I went over there once, like tried it out, and it was like pretty fun. And then like at a point when I was like 17, I don't know why. I think I just like decided, okay, you know what, fuck it, I just want to get a VR headset. Like that looks pretty fun. And then that was like, well, I think the Quest 2 was out for like half a year or so, I believe.
Yeah.
Like around there, and then I was just like, fuck it, I'll just like buy it. I had the money, so I just went for it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
well, yeah, the very first game I played was Rec Room.
Yep.
I still remember feeling like a bit for like the first 20 minutes. I was still like a bit iffy with like moving, like gliding along the floor. That like fucked me up still a little bit.
Did
But I
you,
got
how was motion sickness? Did you go to like smooth movement straight away or were you on teleport for a while?
well, I just like I think first bit of smooth movement was like a bit fucky to me. So then I went for like teleport, but at a point I was just like, well, I mean, not like at a point. It was genuinely still on like my first ever time. I was just like, do you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna have to get used to it either way. So I just like went for it.
Mm.
And well, I mean, I don't really
Through
get
Did,
motion
did you
sick.
did you, you never had like a moment of, because I've definitely had times where I've played way too much, or like the first time I started doing like inversions, I come off and I need to lay down for like I need to lay down for half
It
an
wasn't
hour,
really
right?
that extreme for me. Like in the moment when I was like doing like the inversion stuff and whatnot, it like felt a bit weird. But
Yeah.
I never really had like a moment where I was like, okay, I need to like get off and just like stop because I was like feeling sick. I never really had that problem.
Okay.
It was
Do you think that's
it was
from the
fairly
swimming?
smooth. I'd suspect, yeah, because
Hmm.
when you get drowned, you don't really get a choice as to where your head goes. So
And I've got another question. It's probably something you've probably thought about before as well. How has like competitive play? Because when you played something for years, your understanding of the play that game, the optimal way to play, and then how you add your own flavor to it, you work out what's for you and your body type. Have you found that translate in Echo? Have you found that give you like a
well,
competitive edge or develop your
it
style?
definitely it. Oh, sorry, my stick. It did, because we were always taught in Waterpolo like think one step ahead,
Right.
right? And that's what we like teach to the new people like all the time. So I
Mm.
already had like a leg up on that. And I mean, Waterpolo, it's like, well, it's not really like exactly the same, but it's fairly similar with like team play and passing it around and like how that goes. So I feel like tactics wise, I did like have like easier time to grasp everything since you already know.
Could you give like a tangible example of something in Echo that just like clicked for you early on and gave you a leg up?
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously what I said, just like thinking about where you want it to go after you do get it, and like the split of like having someone like a back, just like not all like push up together, or like you know how newer players they like all swarm the disc. I think I used to did do that actually for a while as well, but I was like insane with water polo. You just like you either come a bit closer and then make yourself like a good like close, not too close, but like an easy pass.
That sounds dangerous, right? In water polo, if you is it 4v4, 5v5?
No, well for the adults it's 6v6 with like, well yeah 6v6 and then one goalie on each side.
That sounds dangerous. If you have 12 people piling onto like one
Yeah,
area in swimming pool.
we generally just like leave it, but you have like you usually just like have like a ref of each side of the pool. So if they see some wacky going on, usually if you like if everyone jumps it, then they'll like say like no, they'll because yeah they'll just like stop it, give someone a free throw.
Is that a thing? Is that do you have like you know like how in rugby if there's too much of a pile up they'll just stop it? Is there
Well,
any
I
kind of
mean,
like thing like that in the game?
I don't think they really just like stop it for the pure form of everyone brawling. When I think at a point they'll just like see someone like drown someone in the background, they'll be like, okay, yeah, that guy's getting a free throw. Because it does get wild sometimes. I mean, I don't really like to participate in those. I mean, if I have to like, if I'm like behind a teammate and then like struggling, I'll like swim up to them, try and see if I can like nick the ball from them and just like keep going towards the goal. But at times, yeah, you'll just like it'll be wild. You're just like scrambling to get the ball and get out of there.
So do you coach the younger teams then in water polo?
They have been looking for coaches, but I am not the greatest coach.
Oh, it sounded like you were alluding to that earlier. You were saying about it was like one of the things that you teach them, or maybe you were talking about Echo actually.
I was probably talking about
you?
Echo. Yeah, I
Oh,
was
okay,
talking about
cool.
with Echo, with like that we teach that like think a move ahead, like that stuff. I
Right.
mean, that's what they really drilled into us in like water polo. But I mean, they are looking for like one more coach on the Friday, I believe. But I mean, I'm not that great a coach.
Just remembered, how's dodgeball? You play Rec Room dodgeball as well, right?
Yeah.
How's that going? How'd you get into
I've
that? Have
played.
you been doing it for a while?
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. I mean, I got kind of like dragged into it because my ex like played it a lot.
Right.
So I was on like playing it with her, and well, after a while, that like, well, that relationship stopped and whatnot.
Right.
For a while, I wasn't like, I didn't really like to play Rec Room. I was like preferably like Echo and whatnot because I was better at it.
Okay.
But then like a couple months, well, after the relationship and whatnot ended, so like maybe like 8 months ago or something, I was like, dodgeball's actually pretty fun. I just like started like grinding that, and then I found like the dodgeball league and whatnot, and been doing that for, I played 3 like total seasons.
And what's the community like in terms of competitive or just generally? What's the community like? Like, because my reference is Echo VR in terms of like VR community, gaming community.
Yeah.
How would you compare it to that? Would you say it's bigger, smaller, more international?
Well, it's smaller, not more international, because I think like barely any like, because the Rec Room, it's like it has like basically a league per like gamer it has whatnot, right? So you have like
Right.
dodgeball as a
Yeah.
league, paintball as a league, laser tag as a league. So it is like
Nice.
quite a lot smaller, mostly like Americans, obviously, because they're like fucking everywhere. But I mean, I don't really participate in the like dodgeball community part of thing, mainly because they're all still like fucking. It's like weird children. Like, I don't know how
Welcome to the
else to
internet.
describe it, but I'd read the conversations and I was like, why? Do you know, it's like not something I see myself like participating in and whatnot. So I leave the community bit and I just like I'll be in well, obviously like team chat and like chatting and whatnot, but for the rest, I'm not really part
In
of
a
the.
way, do you think that led to you getting involved with Tyro?
Um,
Looking for a bit of like an older, like as you yourself turning 18, were you looking for a bit
Not
of like a mature?
really, honestly. It was like, I mean, I knew about it, and it was like you have to be 18 to get in, and I was like, the moment I turned 18, I was like, yay, I can go in Tyro now. Didn't do anything with it for like the longest time. Um, and then eventually it got pulled into coaching because Kadaski was on vacation or something. They were looking for a replacement.
What do you mean? What do you
So,
mean pulled in? What, Kardasky
um,
approached you?
Tucker did actually.
Tucker. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dutch.
Obviously
Right.
Tucker,
Cool.
yeah, because we knew each other. Um, and so then Kanaski like left, and then it was like only Ellis, and Ellis didn't really coach all that much. So then Tucker approached me. It was like, oh yeah, it's probably something along the lines of, oh yeah, you're kind of good at the game. Coach us in an academy, please. We need someone. um, and yeah, I just got like kind of dragged in like around the end of the like first academy season, like
Right.
the last 3 weeks, I believe
Right.
I was in, and then then I like started participating in Tyro more, and now it's like actually
Yeah.
good. I'm like solid there,
You've
and
joined it at a really interesting time as well, because Tyro, I've been in it, I don't even know. I want to say 2 years, but it might not actually be that long.
hmm
But I've seen it like change in good ways as well. It's
yeah,
just got bigger, and it's just like the purpose of it seems to have changed as well. I know originally, like Kaidaski, I'm hoping to get Kaidaski on one of these, and he can like
yeah,
talk. I'm
that would
sure
be
he'll
good.
talk for hours about it. But he started it because he was new. He was like level, I don't know, 20 or something, and he just wanted
Mhm.
like a team, right? He just wanted players he could play with, and ideally, once he gets better, he can start coaching them. So that was the original idea of it. Tyro means like amateur soldier or something.
Oh, really?
So the
I
whole
didn't know that.
ethos of it was coaching. Like at the core of Tyro, it's all about coaching.
Hmm.
And then I'd also love to get Luke on here because I might butcher what I'm about to say right now, but he explained it really well. My understanding is that Kaidaski met Luke, they started hanging out, and Luke sort of he built this like American side to it, and he built like
Yeah.
the US following of it, and the US community. I'm sure loads happened. Oh, a couple charity cups, or maybe it was just one, but there was some
No,
tournaments going on, and
well, I mean,
then
that's
there
two
was
total.
yeah,
I mean, we
yeah, there
just
was one
did Charity
recently.
Cup 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there might have been something else before as well. But yeah,
Yeah, there was a
there was a
Charity
charity
Cup
cup.
1, and then like lands and whatnot, and
Yes, I think LAN was also like a pivotal milestone for
moment.
Tyro
Yeah.
community. Like before LAN, after LAN. After LAN, it's just massive thing. The
Yeah.
pull the server has, the community has now is just so strong, putting people into it. And then with the invention of the academy, that's another thing I really want to get Karasi on here to explain it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to give it justice. But my understanding is he just made it up. It was like 2-3 a.m. on a Wednesday night. He's pissed out his head, and he's on Discord like, you know what? You know what? There needs to be like an academy. We need to like just
Hmm.
make a season. You know what? Do it in seasons. Get everyone in. They compete at the end. It's going to be amazing. Let's do it. And within like 5 hours, like the ball was
It was just
rolling.
done. Yeah.
Because for us, for 2 a.m. for us in Europe, what is it? It's like 8 p.m. for them. So it
Yeah.
just made sense. So he's talking at 2-3 a.m. for him. And then the ball starts rolling. And yeah, here we are. Second season ending soon. We've just done a second charity cup. It's pretty
Yeah.
mad.
Mad indeed.
It's crazy. So yeah, let me check my notepad. I feel like there was a couple of things I wanted to bring up because, like, selfishly, I wanted to have this conversation because, not conversation, that makes it sound really serious, but I wanted to hang out with you because I feel
Yeah.
like we haven't properly hung out. Whenever we hang out, it's always in a room of
It's
like
a,
7, 8
yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's always just been like either, well, like scrims, whatnot, or like training sessions, and there's always been,
Mm.
we haven't had like chill time together.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe. This is literally the second ever episode, but that's the vibe that I wanted for this because I
Mm.
want to bring people on here that normally when they're in a community like this, there's just so much noise. There's so much noise
Yeah.
around on the Discord or literally in the arena, in a pub, in a match. When you're in a match like that, it's not a chill time. Like I was on a team with Kaidaski for ages, but we never, well, maybe we did actually. We had some chill time, especially at LAN, like in person. But
Yeah.
whenever we're hanging out, like same with Jackknife as well, it's always in like a competitive environment. So whenever I see him, I'm just stressed. I'm like, right, we need to play. We need to play.
Yeah.
So I'd
Same.
love to like chill out with Jack as well. I'd love to get Jack on here and just chill. Like literally just have a beer and just hang out and like no like stress. Oh, we need to win this game. Oh, we need to change this. Oh, we need to work on that.
Yeah, most of those
Yeah.
times it's always just like conversation's always like on the back end of it. The main focus is like the game, doing good, comms, whatever. You don't
Mm.
really get to like talk.
So what were you into any kind of like gaming communities before you got your headset? Were you a PC gamer at all?
Well, I started out well when I was like 7 and shit, I had a Wii. Um
Right.
and then like went like the Xbox side, so after a couple of years. The reasoning I went with Xbox, I still remember that. I used to watch like Dan TDM, the Minecraft YouTuber, if you know him.
I don't know
Um,
him, but okay. Yeah.
well, you used to cover like mods and whatnot, and he had this
Okay.
like whole like Minecraft thing going on.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so he was doing playthroughs on the Xbox 360. And so
Mm.
my reasoning for wanting an Xbox 360 was so that I could maybe play with him. That was the whole
That's
reason that I
adorable.
got an Xbox 360.
Oh,
And then after a couple of years of the 360, I was like, well, I mean, I didn't really want to switch over to PlayStation at that point, so I just got myself an Xbox One. And then just like this year, I've got myself a PC. Very happy with it. I'm glad I got a PC. It is so much better.
what did you get it for? Are you on CV1?
Not yet. I will hopefully in the next couple of
Okay.
months. I just need to like, well, find the money obviously as well with college going on and everything. God, that's like sapped all of my money.
What are you doing at college?
Optometry.
Optometry. Eyes.
Yeah. So like the person before the like eye surgeon, whatever it's called, that's me.
Okay.
Well, that's gonna be me.
So is this so you'll be an optician or you'll like actually do surgery or be involved in the surgery of
Well, I'll
cataracts and
be.
stuff?
No, I won't do the like actual surgery. That's for like doctors and whatnot. Optician is more like, well, just like where you just get glasses and whatnot, just like in a store, like on the corner.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
optometrist is more like with like diseases and whatnot, like actual,
But will you
like
ever actually like squirt something in someone's eye? You know, put an
I already
injection
have.
into the back of their. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. So
Well, not like injection into the back of the eye, but yeah, have like
yeah,
drops to make your
yeah,
pupil bigger, have everything like
yeah.
suppressed. I guess I don't know the word, but I've already done that before. Yeah.
Nice. So I used to work for oh, just fucking voice break. That happens all the time. I used to work for a company called Fundamental VR, and it's a startup that does like surgery simulation. So it was a VR startup that would simulate these operations, and one of the
Oh, that's really
operations
sick.
was, or two of them actually, but one of them was, I think it's a cataract like surgery.
Cataract surgery. Yeah.
It's cutting like the front of someone's eye open to put something inside it, pull something out, put something in it, and then like seal it back up again. And
That
it's
is
like
indeed. I mean, if you
minuscule.
want me, I can like explain it if you're interested.
Yeah, go on. What I'm
So
saying, is that right? Right, that's
yeah,
actually
yeah,
a surgery. Yeah, because
yeah.
that's how I remember it. Because I used
That's
to
like
QA
a.
this.
That's like well, you can call it like a door-to-door surgery. Like
Okay.
genuinely, you just like have eye doctors. Appointment will be like 50 minutes. They'll like open it up, put the new shit in, boom, done, out the door. Next patient. That's like the whole fucking day. It's like really easy. So what you do is, I mean, cataract obviously. It's you have your lens, right? And
Yeah.
it's like inside of a little sac.
Hmm.
And over time, as you get old, they'll be like, it'll just like start getting cloudy, shit will like get inside of the sac.
Hmm.
So what they do is they cut open the eye,
Yeah.
they take out the like old sac and lens, and I believe, well, they don't really take it out. They just like hoover the like
I've seen it. I've seen it.
they just like hoover like the that and whatnot. They
Oh,
just hoover that out, and then they may or may not replace the lens. I honestly can't think of the top of my head at the moment, but and then you just like seal it back up, and then you'll be able to see properly again.
nice. And so why did you pick that? Were you just in the sciences? Did you take like sciencey A levels?
Well, well, I mean, yeah, I was like, I really always liked biology and whatnot. The big part of it was that I have like stuff going on with my eyes as well. So I mean, obviously, I mean, my prescription is like fucked. I like can't see past my elbow. Do you know what I mean?
Oh wow.
And
How
I
do you play
have
water polo then?
contacts. Thank God those
Like
exist.
waterproof one? Don't they just fall out?
Well, you don't really have like waterproof one. What you need to do is when you get in, obviously don't dive and hold your eyes open. Don't dive in general, because at first they don't stick. So if you
Yeah.
dive, the shit just like fucking flies. So what you have to do is you jump in, obviously like keep your head above the water, and then I just
Yeah.
like dip my head like under the water like a couple times, and then you just like blink afterwards to just like hope it like sticks, and then just like blow bubbles into my eyes a bit, and then just like blink like really rapidly, and then after a while they just like they stick to your eye, and that's the point where you can just like start swimming and whatnot. But I have lost a lot of contacts over the years. Very annoying. Very annoying.
Yeah. Have you I mean now you're training in that field, have you looked at like eye surgery and stuff like that? Is that an option down the line? Or is it something that you're not
Um,
interested in?
yeah, I am interested in it. I'm honestly not sure how I will be able to, because that is, well, I mean, I think it's like some long lines. I just get a job at a hospital or something, so I want to ask them like, hey, can you like,
Could you just fit me in?
can you just like sponsor me or something so that I can like work and study to become like a eye doctor, whatnot. I think it's something along those lines, but I am interested. I'm keeping it like open as an option, but I mean, it's still 4 years minimum till I'm done, so I'm honestly
Mm.
not sure. Yeah.
I only know about that stuff because my dad's had it. He wore glasses like all his life
Mm-hmm.
around. I'm talking like past tense. He's still around, but he had the surgery. So now he has the best eyesight, and it kind of like it messes with your head. He's like, "Oh, Dad, you're old. Like you can't see far away," but like he
Yeah.
can he can see so much further than I can. It's amazing. It's so
Yeah.
like liberating for him to have to go through life always putting contacts in, always having to find his glasses.
Yeah.
And
I
now,
wanna.
yeah,
I wanna
2020.
get. I mean, at that point, I think you're talking about like LASIK surgery.
Yeah, that's what I
Um.
mean. That's what I'm aware
Yeah.
of.
I definitely want to do that myself as well, because
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if I even can, because for like LASIK surgery, they cut into your cornea, or they like burn it so that like the
Right.
light breaks properly through your eye.
Okay.
Um. But if your cornea is like too thin, they can't like burn
Right.
into it, because then you
So
won't
it'd
have
be
any
maybe too
cornea left.
risky.
Yeah, I mean, you have like a bunch of examinations and stuff like before you can, before they can say, "Oh yeah, you're good. You can go get the surgery."
So you've started studying now, or you're about to? Because it's October now.
Yeah, I started. Well, I mean, this is my second time doing the first year,
Okay,
because I kind of
that's all
fucked
right.
up the first time. It was in college and stuff. It's so different from like high school, because I was just like I did high school, just like not really doing homework, whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
But then the first year, I still did that, and then it was like, oh shit, I actually need to do something,
Mm,
because well, I mean, obviously I didn't make it, but you need to really, I mean, especially in like this field, yeah, it's difficult, man.
yeah,
So much shit, the
100%.
brains, the eyes, oh, painful. But yeah, you do need
Did
to.
you did you consider doing something else, or are you pretty like set on carrying on this
Well,
route?
I don't know what else I do. I mean, it is interesting. It's fun, and like you
Yeah,
get to measure eyes and whatnot. But yeah, I don't really know what I do besides this, so I feel like it's the right choice.
yeah. No, it sounds good. My advice would be, yeah, just do it. Just do it. In my opinion, you're not meant to know what you want to do with your life till you're like 30, maybe 35. I think
Yeah.
your 20s is the time just to fuck around, just do everything. Try everything, taste every flavor of ice cream, right? How do you know which flavor of ice cream you like until you try them all?
Yeah, exactly.
Just, and this really applies to your career. You have to just try different things.
Mm.
And then you'll work it out. You'll be like 30 and you'll be like, oh yeah, this is what I always wanted to do.
Yeah, there was a guy last year, Lawrence. He was like
Don't
30,
know.
35, I believe. He studied math.
Ugh.
And then for some and then for some reason he was like, "Oh yeah, eyes. That's fun." So he then like did that. I mean, it didn't work out. He's not here anymore. But like it was interesting. Like, how do you go from math to
Well, now he knows. Now he
eyes?
knows that maths isn't for him, and he knows that eyes isn't for him either. But then that
Yeah,
gives him
that's
a chance to pivot as well. Say he does that, and he's like, you know what? I really want to cut some dogs open. Become a vet. Take a tangent.
I mean, that building is like right across the street, so I mean, to be fair, he could. He could.
Yeah. And talking of maths as well, my youngest brother, I think he's graduating now. I should know this. I think he's just graduated his master's.
Mm.
He did finance and maths, financial maths. So
Oh,
it's
shit.
more like stock market
Like
stuff.
business side, yeah.
But yeah, the algorithms and the formula side of that kind of stuff. That's
Yeah,
what he's into.
interesting.
He's always been pretty smart, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
He's after that money. He's one of these people that are just after the money. How do
yeah,
I have a career where I get a decent paycheck? So
yeah.
fair play.
That's fair. That was like also partly my reasoning as well, because like I mean, eyes, they're like, well, you're not really gonna replace them. Do you know what I mean? They're always gonna. Well, I mean, maybe eventually, once we get to
Yeah, down the line.
2077, it'll like
Yeah.
cyberpunk, we just get new eyes and shit. I could
Choose
turn
the
into a
color of
Ripper
your
Doc
eyeball.
then, to be fair.
Get like
Yeah,
a pink eyeball, green eyeball,
yeah.
blue
I would
eyeball.
like a purple like iris. That one looks so cool, man. I want that.
I think you'd have to though, because if you start getting like replacement eyeballs and they try and make them like real color, they're just gonna look like uncanny and freaky, right?
Yeah.
I think
What
that's the
I'd
way you.
like find so cool to have, like built-in zoom. Do you know how fucking cool that would be? You like
That would
you
be
like
cool.
you can just like fucking like zoom in. Like, oh my
Oh,
god.
loved. That's gonna be a thing though. You know about like these
I
AR
know.
glasses and stuff. You're gonna be wearing your Ray-Bans. You're gonna press up, or even you just talk to it. Hey Ray-Bans, do this, and it will like
Mm,
zoom in like times 4, and you'll see the bus
yeah.
coming down the street.
Oh, that would be cool, man.
That shit's coming, bro. It will be on the outside first, and then yeah, down the line, it will then just be in your eye. It'll be like a contact lens you put on that morning.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
So what's your? Oh yeah, that's where I was going with that. So you're starting studying. You're doing this ophthalmology. Is that right?
Optometry. Yeah.
Optometry. Apologies. Optometry.
It's a difficult word. I feel that. I honestly wasn't even sure what the English translation was. It's like the same as in Dutch, thankfully. But like I was as well for a
Yeah,
while. Like
I
I
imagine it is.
didn't know.
This is a shot in the dark, but I'm guessing it's Latin, right? When it comes to medical terms, it's just taken from the
Probably.
Latin, and
Yeah.
it's just universal.
It's all like
What's your plans with
biology and
Echo
stuff.
though? Are you still going to be playing it? Are you planning to like keep it up, like keep playing every week, or do you see
Well,
yourself
yeah.
taking a hiatus?
Um. Well, I think for now I do still have enough time to like
Hmm.
play and stuff. I just like I do most of my college stuff. I'd keep that like out of the house, as you can say, because like once I'm here, I like just want to sit around and whatnot, just like play games. So I just do all of that stuff like over
Hmm.
there. I mean, I'll be home every day, like probably like 6 p.m. or something, but I'll like just be able to. Well, I mean, be here, eat, play, whatnot. So I do still see myself just like playing VRML and hopefully climbing up the ranks. I mean, I
Yeah,
already
yeah,
got into fireballs, which I'm really happy about. And
yeah. And how was that transition? But what team were you on before Rusty does, or were you not on a team?
Snick.
Snick. How was
So
that?
Snick was well. We played for 2 seasons, and I mean, like the original Snack. Oh, that's one of my best friends still. I still talk to them, and
Nice.
well, eventually they like ended up moving on to other teams or whatnot. So it was at the end. It was just like from the original of the original four that it was 4 or 5. It was only me and Mango. I mean, don't know if you know him, the Mango Man.
The Mango Man. Yeah, I've definitely said his name out loud once. It's a great name.
Yeah, it was me and him eventually, and well, I mean, we played together for a long time, but like around the end of like season 5 or whatnot, when it ended, we like did some like scrims in the off season, and at that point, I was like, I was, how do you say? I was like improving a lot, and then like Mango and others, well, not to single out Mango, but they weren't like improving as much as I was, and I felt they like kind of beached around like gold, that type of level, and I thought, well, I can
Out of interest, do you
definitely.
think that was like amount of time that they could play in a week? Was it a discrepancy on like? how much time they had available for the game.
I mean, maybe Mango, he was going through his like Irish GCSE, GPA, whatever the fuck, I forgot the name, but he was going through that. He did want to quit for a bit when, I mean, I convinced him to stay because I didn't want to play without him. To like quit because it was like he partying. Well, I wouldn't say partying, but he was like, oh, I mean, busy with school and whatnot. But I think, well, it may have been just like a time discrepancy. I'm honestly not sure. I didn't really pay attention to that, but they were like lagging behind compared to me, I guess. That sounds really egotistical. My God.
It does, but you do have to be realistic. And of course, yeah. There's the. I was pointing with my hand about the control. You do have to be careful with it because, of course,
Yeah.
everyone wants to get better, and to be better, you really have to believe in yourself, push yourself, and imagine yourself playing better. The flip side of that is that you get there, and then you're like, yeah, look, I got from A to B. Man, I'm at C already. Fuck, like it's so easy for me. Like I'm better than everyone else, right?
Yeah.
Everyone else is still at A and I'm B, or if not C. And you do need it will either come by yourself, you'll knock yourself back and be like, oh, okay, chill out, bro, or someone else will do it to you.
Yeah. Exactly.
And yeah, but yeah, you to be honest, that's not your problem at all. You seem like a very humble kid. I even said at the beginning, I was like, I know you're gonna downplay it, but you've got X amount of what was it? I was talking about YouTube. I was saying that you got 1,200 views. Just it's mad. That's a lot.
Yeah, it was.
Imagine
double
like
up.
1,000 people in this arena right now.
Yeah.
That's a lot of eyeballs on the video.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. So it sounds like you're still gonna be playing,
Mm.
and yeah, we'll see you climb up the ranks in VRML.
Yeah, hoping to get that finalist badge. That's honestly the only thing I'm still playing this game for. Well, I mean, obviously it's still fun
Nice.
as well, but like, you have some people, they'll be like, well, I mean, like the top master teams, like Golty was saying it a lot. He was always saying like, oh yeah, I only like play for the money, but like
What
at
money?
a point to me, this is like more so a hobby. Like if
Yeah.
I get money, cool. Like I don't really care about it. Like it's not like the main motivation to play this game. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
it's fun, competitive, and like I want to get better, but it's not like, oh, so I can get the big monies. Well,
So
it's not
what
even
is
big monies. It's not that much, I believe.
yeah,
But
what is a motivation? What would you say? What's kept you playing so long that you're now on a team with Fireballs, which are like top 10 EU?
um, well, just like the competitive nature of this game. I mean,
Yeah.
I play Waterpolo. It's like similar, and just like just like playing, meeting people, and just like playing the game, getting better. I've put. I mean, it's like phases most of the time with like the games I play a lot. Used to have a while where I played like a lot of For Honor, Rocket League as well.
Yeah.
But they like eventually like fell off after a while. Realistically, probably eventually going to happen with Echo as well. But I am trying to keep that goal of like, I want myself a finalist badge, and then we'll like. Well, I mean, I'll probably still keep playing because it is a really fun game, but just like have a like goal up there to work towards, basically.
Nice. That's awesome. I'm going to end it there. That's a good place to end it. And your dog wants to finish now as well.
Yeah, he's having a while.
All right, bro. I'll give you a fist pump.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. If you want to come on and do another one, we should definitely work it out. I really appreciate your energy, man.
Yeah.
You're a cool kid.
Yeah, it was
You're not a kid anymore.
fun.
You're a man. You're 18. You're a big boy.
Big boy. Don't feel like it. No, oh god. Like,
all right, man.
it still baffles me sometimes when. Oh, I don't want to drag it on too long.
No, go on. Finish your thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I have people and they'll be like fucking like a 14 or some shit, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I've already had it like a VR since I was 12." I'll be like, "Bitch, 12? What the fuck?" Like genuinely, I started when I was like 17. Like,
Yeah.
my god, you're like actual children still like playing this,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
it's a wild thought, like being like actual 12 and like already having like a Quest or something. Like when I was 12, man, that shit did not exist. It was like the DK1 you'd see sometimes on YouTube, but like that was pretty much it. Cool.
Yeah. But that's the internet now. That it's mad to think about, isn't it? Because we know like the kind of the dark shit that can be on the internet, but
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary to think about that. But the average age on the internet, it's probably like 16.
Yeah.
These
Fairly
kids,
young.
like, what do you think they're doing? They're on their phones, they're on their tablets. Yeah, they're on the
Yeah,
internet.
like the tablet babies as well. Oh.
And to be fair, like a toxic pub is probably one of the safest places for them. It's kind of a weird thing
Yeah.
to think about. But
Yeah,
yeah, so
that's true.
that's the world we live in.
What I
Right,
do
bro.
wonder as well. Yeah,
Go on.
sorry.
No,
It's
no, keep it going. Go on. Love needs to
like
finish. Come on,
so.
let's go.
Yeah. It'll be the last thing because I've been thinking about it. Like,
Go on.
say you have like boomers or whatnot, right? They don't know
Yeah.
shit they're doing with like phones and stuff. What I wonder, when we are gonna be that old,
Yeah.
is it like gonna be that different from like what we have now that we're gonna be like those boomers that don't know what the fuck they're doing?
Well, think
'Cause,
about
like,
something that you would be nervous about doing. So an easy example is like the chip, the Elon Musk chip. You put the chip in the back of your brain, and now you now think your way through the internet. Would you be comfortable with that?
I mean,
Because what I
I
would say is that the generation, so the kids that are being born now, when they're 25, 30, that might be an issue. That might be something that comes up in society, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck it, yeah, we'll do that."
to be
And
honest,
then
I'm in that
we'll
boat.
be the.
I'm down for it.
Oh, okay, fair. Okay, maybe something a bit more advanced than that, but there'll be
Yeah.
something that's just like we can't fully comprehend it. Eventually,
Yeah.
down the line, like for example, blockchain. Like, so I'm millennial. I think I'm late millennial. I'm definitely not Gen Z. Are you? You must be Gen Z. If you're
Gen
18.
Z. Yeah, I think Gen Z started like 1999 or something, or like 2000, around there.
Right. Yeah. So born like after the millennium. So internet's like a thing since you were not since you were born, because Facebook was a thing since 2008. So
Yeah.
I grew up with like MySpace and Facebook like being born. Oh
Yeah.
wait, what's this Bebo page? Oh, what's this Facebook thing? All right, come right on my wall, bro.
Dude,
That's
we
not a
had
thing anymore.
hives as well. I mean, my sister was like older than me. She had like big on hives. I wasn't really. I mean, I got my first phone when I was like 12 or 13, I believe. So I think that like says enough that like I didn't really like do much like computer stuff. My sister did it like more because she's obviously like a couple of years older than I am. She was like big into hives and whatnot, like that type of stuff. But I mean,
Well,
yeah,
we're
I do
definitely doing a
remember.
part two. We're definitely doing a part two.
Yeah, we
We'll carry on.
definitely do.
All right, I'll fish you, bump you
Alright,
again.
yeah,
Take it easy. I'm gonna
the
stop
final
recording.
finish.
Oh, one more thing.